So, um, talk a little bit about, you're obviously doing it full time, but it didn't start out that way. Can you talk a little bit just to give the listeners some background into how you got started in entrepreneurship? And then I want to talk about Flagship and Bankable, but can you talk a little bit about Projection Hub and how you and your brother did that, and how'd you even come up with the idea and so on and so forth? Yeah.
Yeah. So it does kind of relate to my work at Bankable. We were asking our clients, our loan applicants, to create financial projections. And we were looking for different templates and tools to try to help them, because they would always struggle to get us anything that made any sense. And so I was working on my personal taxes using TurboTax, and I kind of liked the way that it kind of walked me through this complex process step by step and made it easy for me. And so that was where the genesis of the idea for Projection Hub was: could we build a TurboTax-like solution for creating financial projections and walk you through step by step? So that was in 2012. My brother was a senior in high school, but was going to be studying computer science. And so it's like, hey, you want to practice by building me a tool and see if you like this? So he built the first version of the software, a software tool. And it, that's how we got started. I think we wanted, for a long period of time, we were trying to create a recurring revenue software business, because why wouldn't you want that recurring revenue? And I think after fighting that fight for, I don't know, maybe 8-9 years, it kind of finally became clear that projections for our particular type of business are a thing that you need at a point in time.
Yeah.
Not something you really want to be paying for recurring. And also at the same time, we kept building more and more features into the software that was like, you could do this in Excel. So people would say, oh, I want to be able to do this in the software because I can do it in Excel.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we realized we were just like rebuilding Excel.
Yeah.
Excel already existed and worked pretty well. And so it was, eventually we started creating Excel spreadsheet templates, and turned out customers like those better. And if I would have listened to my customers earlier, I probably would have been far better off earlier on. But
yeah, it's, I was listening to a podcast once, and they said every single business software is just competing with Excel.
Yeah.
It's basically Excel has gotten so you can do almost anything with it now. And then with Google Sheets and then Google Forms and that integration, and then, now with AI and being able to write different code, it's just incredible what a person with very little experience can do just watching some videos. Yeah. But I think uniquely, what you bring to the table is what you were learning from Bankable, and through that process. So you start working at Bankable right out of college. How many people were there?
So I mean, it was, at the time, it was a business incubator, and meaning we had a building and we had tenants, businesses in the building that we were trying to help get started and grow. And so it was the CEO, and then basically 2 other employees and myself.
Yeah.
A group of 4 of us.
So you weren't doing SBA loans at that period of time yet?
So they had just, when they hired me, they had just been approved to become an SBA micro lender. They hadn't made their first loan yet. And so they said, hey, we're going to start doing this SBA lending. If this is something you want to kind of lead this, this little project here in what we're doing, go for it. And so that was kind of my start into it.